Hi, welcome to Cam Look, a program of the Cincinnati Art Museum where we share an object in the permanent collection and pose a couple of questions about it. Visit us weekdays at 10 a.m. for new art. I'm Kit, I'm a docent, and today we're looking at a recent acquisition, an unusual contemporary painting. His art is painting, but it's also not painting. It's sculpture, but it's also not sculpture. It's architectural, but it's not architecture. He's really established himself in a unique way in the history of art. This is how curator Jonathan Binstock has described the work of American artist Sam Gilliam. Gilliam has said the most critical issue in painting today is the search for continued renewal without repetition or imitation. And this work is a good example of that search. It's titled Tequila and was made in 1979. The play of paint, color, and texture grabs your eye immediately and drags you into the work's bold mix of yellow, green, and purple shapes. How do you think these colors connect with the title? As you look more closely, you realize that the frame is also painted, and you might begin to wonder, where does the painting stop and the frame begin? And does it matter? The frame's beveled edges soften the definition of the work and challenge your perception of the painting's size and dimension. Think for a minute how this work would change in a conventional frame. During his long career, Gilliam has worked in a variety of media from aluminum to wood, usually bursting with vivid color. His work is found in more than 50 public collections in the U.S., Paris, and London. Gilliam represented the U.S. in the Venice Biennale in 1972, the first black artist to do so. And in recent years, his work has become highly collectible. Born in Tupelo, Mississippi, his family moved to Louisville when he was a boy, where a teacher recognized his early talent and urged his mother to be sure he always had a supply of paper and pencils. Gilliam has always studied art and art history, and his work draws from many influences. After finishing his education at the University of Kentucky, Gilliam moved to Washington, D.C., where color field masters Morris Louis and Kenneth Nolan became his early influences. D.C., he says, was my Paris. I was free to try anything I wanted to, free to be easy or mysterious, free to be the artist I wanted to be. And it was there in 1965 that Gilliam had a significant breakthrough. After painting canvases laid on the studio floor, he then hung them like drapes from the ceiling. And suddenly, a painting was no longer something flat and static. It was folded, three-dimensional, and capable of movement. How would you define a painting? Today, at 86 years old, Sam Gilliam is still working, still making bold art, and still searching for renewal without repetition or imitation. I invite you to come back soon for another Cam Look. Thank you.